all predefined classes in our libraries are defined under some namespace. All predefined types in our libraries are defined under some namespace, and we learned it there. What is that? We can also define them. Guys, read this note once. I already reminded you, but just you can check once. Are you clear? We discussed about this particular point already. Array, we discussed about this. What is that? Array, when you work with Visual Studio, our classes also will be under a namespace. See now, namespace. In this project, how many classes will be present? In this project, how many classes can be present? Means for every class you will open one project. For every class you will open one project. Then you're telling one class only? All of you say one. Listen to the question here. What did I ask you? How many classes can be present? N number of classes can be present. For every class, one project you will open now. One project I opened means N number of classes will be present for you. Okay? Now all these classes will be coming under this namespace. And by default, what is the namespace name? Your project name only. By default, the namespace name will be your project name only. So you have 50 classes. All the 50 classes will be under this namespace called first project. Guys, listen. A project is a family, guys. A project is a family. All the classes are members of the family. All the classes are members of the family. Tell me, all the members of the family will have a surname. Now consider the namespace name is like your surname. Consider the namespace name is like your surname now. Are you clear? Then project name is your family name. Project name is your family name. You take this like this here. What is it? Ambani's. You take Ambani's. So Ambani's means so many people are there. Now see, under that, so many people are there. Everyone will have that Ambani as a surname. Anil Ambani, Mukesh Ambani, okay, Dhirubhai Ambani, Neetu Ambani. Did you understand me? Same way, Bachchans, Amitabh Bachchan, Abhishek Bachchan, Aradhya Bachchan, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, Jaya Bachchan. So like this, everyone is going to have that. Understood my point here? So here also, so this is the namespace name. Do you understand what is the namespace now? It's a logical container, guys. Remember, your surname is logical. Your surname is not physical. Yeah, we can use. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about that in the later classes. So no, we'll talk about this in the later classes. Your surname is a physical or logical? You are physical. Your surname is just logical. So program is my class. Program is my class name. That is under a first project namespace. Okay. By default, it was importing the namespace using system and also writing the code. So directly I can run the code, guys, now. Directly I can run the code. I did not write anything at all. Directly run the code. How to run the code? Control F5. Control F5. Saves, compiles, and executes the code. Control F5. Watch it. Saves, compiles, and executes the code. And after executing the code, it is showing you press any key to continue. Just when you press any key, again, this window will close off and you will come back to that window will close off and you will be come back to the studio again. Understood? How to run? How to run? Control plus F5. Control plus F5. You can run the code by using F5 also, guys. You can run the code by using F5 also. Watch it. You can run the code by using F5 also. F5. But when I use F5 to run the code, I'm not able to see the output, see? The window will close up, guys. The window will close up. That's why it's Control F5. Control F5 means it won't close the window and it will display a message, press any key to continue. But if I use F5, the window will close off. We cannot see. Before you see the output, only window will close off. So to overcome that problem, in the last line, write down console.readline. Do you remember this, guys? In our C language, we used to write get ch in the last. Is also same only. Just like get ch, you can say console.readline. Okay, and now you can run the code by using F5 only. F5, watch it. Execute it. It won't display you any message like press any key to continue or anything. Just directly shows the output. If you want to run by using F5, in the last you should say console.readline. Okay, no, control F5 is okay. Then you don't require to write this. Without using this, you can just use the control F5 statement and execute the code. That is your choice. That's completely going to be your choice of executing. Actually, there is another difference between F5 and control F5. I will tell you. We'll talk about this. Okay, the other difference between F5 and control F5, I'll tell you what is the other difference. But as of now, you can just watch. I got the output. Are you guys clear how to define a class now? How to define this now? Now, I want to add a project is a collection of classes. A project is a collection of types. I want to add another class in the project, guys. I want to add another class in the project. Okay, all of you, watch it carefully. In the right-hand side of the studio, you'll be finding a window called as Solution Explorer. In the right-hand side of the studio, you'll be finding a window called as Solution Explorer. This is called as the Solution Explorer. Okay, this is called as a Solution Explorer. This is Solution Explorer. If you don't find the Solution Explorer here, don't panic. Go to View menu, and in the View menu, you can select Solution Explorer. Guys, in the View menu, you'll be finding up this option called as Solution Explorer. Can you see that? Here also we can find. If you don't find in the right side, use this option. Yeah, Solution Explorer. Now, what you can do by using this, you can organize your projects. Look here, this is your project. And under the project, this is your class. This is your project. Under that, you have the class there. Project and class. What are these dependencies? We'll talk about all these things step by step, but right now, don't bother about them. Here is your project now, and here is your class. I want to add a new class. You want to add a new class? Yes. Then right-click on the project. A menu will open. In that, select Add. Okay, new item. Are you clear, guys? Add new item. Right-click on the project, select Add new item. You got the output now. You're getting the output now. It was just telling you, see, go to that location. What is it? Tools, options, debugging, automatically close the console when debugging stops. Press any key to just do this option. Do this. Ripple. It was telling you, go to the tools menu. In the tools menu, you'll be finding options in that debugging. There you'll be finding a checkbox, automatically close the console when debugging stops. Just to check it out, that's all. Okay, do that particular change. Yeah, guys. Now it opens a window. In that, select class. What are these? These are so many different things what we can add. So many different templates what can be added here. In that, selecting what? Class. Here it will ask you what is the name of the class. By default, it is taking the class name as class1.cs, guys. It is taking the class name as class1.cs. So click on the add button. Class is added. When you add a new class, by default, it will import you a lot of other namespaces. All these namespaces are important for us in the coming sessions. All these namespaces are important for us in the coming sessions. But as of now, they are not important. So either leave them like that, or if you feel confusion, delete off them, no problem. So when the situation comes, I'll talk about each and every namespace. Okay. So like this now, and in new class. And now write the code. What? Static void main console.writeLine. See guys, when you're typing, it will show you the list of items that are available. So you can see console there, console is coming. This is called IntelliSense basically. We call this as IntelliSense. By using this IntelliSense, lot of coding work will be decreased for you. Why? Lesser typing work. When I say type C, console came there. Directly I can select a dot, finish. See when I see right line coming there, directly open the brace, finish. See guys, how simple the typing becomes now. And one advantage is lesser typing work. Second advantage, the second advantage is if you use IntelliSense now and select the options there, uppercase, lowercase, that problem will not be there. Visual Studio will write the code for you. Should I use uppercase there, lowercase there? These are all confusions, na? Uppercase, propercase, Pascal case and all. So without that, if you take the help of the IntelliSense, that will become easy coding for you. Okay, now write what? Console.writeLine here. Just going to write here. What is it? Second class in the project. Second class in the project. Console.readline. Console.readline. Are you clear, guys? And run the code. How to run the code? F5. But I'm getting an error. There are build errors. Would you like to continue and run the last technical build, last successful build? It is giving an error. See guys, it's giving an error. Okay. It is telling there are errors. Shall I run the last one? Last one, program class. No, I don't want to run the program class. What I want to run is class one. So click no. And first understand why you're getting error. I'll show you again, wait. Okay. Why do you get this error? Why do you get the error? We are getting an error because there are multiple main methods in the code. There are multiple main methods in the project. See, program class has one main method. This is an entry point. Class one has another main method. This is an entry point. So how many entry points are there? 2 entry points are there. That's why you're getting error. That is why you are getting an error. 2 entry points are there here. That is why you're getting an error. Are you clear, guys? Multiple entry points. So now Visual Studio is in a confusion. What confusion? Which class to run? Which class to run? You can resolve this problem in 2 different ways. First option. Again, open the Solution Explorer. Right click on the project and select the option Properties. Right click on the project and select the option Properties. It opens you the project property window. This is called as a project property window, guys. This window is open. In this, you'll find an option called Startup Object. What is a startup object? Means which class you wanted to run. Which class you wanted to run? Programmer class 1. Select class 1, run the code. Executing. Okay, I want to run program class again. No problem. Come here, select program, execute program. Did you understand? What class you wanted to run, select it and run. Okay. So this is one way how you can do this. See guys, whatever you're opening, all the things will be added for you here. Whatever you open, all these things will be on the top of the screen. On the top of the screen, you'll be seeing all this particular option, program.cs, class 1, first project. You will see all these options here on the top. Understood? Okay. Now, what is the drawback in this approach? Setting the startup object. What is the drawback is? Look, guys, I want to add another class. Now. Okay, come on, let's add the other class. How to add a class? How to add a class? Open the Solution Explorer, right click on the project, select Add New Item. It opens a window, select class here. Okay, it will ask you a name. By default, it is giving a name like class 2. Leave it, no problem. Leave that name here, no problem. Class2.cs. Click on the add button. Add it. Okay, now come here and start writing your code. Static void main console.writeLine, third class in the project. Third class in the project. Okay. See guys, when you write this, see right now, all these namespaces are not used. What namespace is used? The system is used. That's why see it's highlighting and the remaining all the things are showing in gray. Yes or not? By default, it will import all these things here, but what is used that will be highlighted. Remaining all, you can remove them now. You can remove them. How? Without removing all these things one by one. Another way, how simple you can remove, right click here, you'll find an option, remove and sort using. Remove and sort using. Click on that, all the unnecessary things will be removed off. Is that clear? Remaining all are useful for us. In the coming classes, when they are required, I will talk about it. When they are required, I will talk about it. Okay now? Yeah. Now see, again, I've added. Now to run this, do I require to set the startup object or not? Come to project property window again. Class 2 is not there in the list, see? This is the problem. First class will come. From second class onwards, you won't get it directly. Then how to see the first class what I added is class 1. That is coming. The second class what I added is class 2. That is not coming. You cannot see that class 2 in the list. If you want to see that, you're required to close the project. You're required to close the studio. You're required to close the studio. Reopen the studio again. Guys, observe it. Reopen the studio again. And now you don't require to go for create new project and all. See guys, this is your project you opened. It is showing you here. Can you see that? Click on that. It will open your project. Click on that. It will open your project. Now it is coming, see. This is a bug in Visual Studio, guys. This is a bug in Visual Studio. But every time closing and opening is a lengthy process, na? Every time closing, opening is a lengthy process. Okay? To overcome this problem, watch it. I'll show you another way how you can do this. Okay? Watch. Let me add one more class now. Right click, add new item. Selecting a class, class3.cs. Come here, write down static void main console.writeLine. Fourth class in the project. And console.readline. Okay, and you see now all these unwanted namespaces. How to remove? Right click, remove. Okay, now go to just again here, watch it again. Go here, watch again, go to here. You won't find class 4, sorry, class 3. You won't find class 3. How to get it? Again, close the project and reopen again. That's a lengthy process now. See, to overcome this problem, watch again. If you right click on the project, you'll find an option here. What is that? Edit project file. That here, it will be showing you some information in XML format. like what will be the output type, exe output, what is the framework you developed, the framework I developed is .NET 5. Okay, and startup object. Can you see the startup object here? Now simply come here and set your class name as a startup object. Simply say class 3, execute. Execute it. So I will follow this process only, guys. I will follow this process only. I'm going to follow this particular process only. Okay. And for you guys to practice the complete code, the complete step-by-step process of creating a project, along with the step-by-step process of creating a project, along with screenshots are given to you. Guys, observe. Working with Visual Studio. First, this will open. Select create a new project. Select what? Console application. Select what? Console application. Okay, sorry. When you click on the create, this will open. When you click on, when you now select C# here, Windows here, console here, and choose this option. What option? Console application. In the next window, this window will open. This window will open. Give a name, project name, location, and all. In the next screen, what you will choose? .NET 5. Click on the create. The first class will come. You can run this code. How to run? You can run this code by using either Control F5 or other way you can run, you will go to debug menu. Here also you will be finding start debugging. Or otherwise you can click on this to also run. So many ways to run. You can click on this and run. Okay, you can go to debug menu and start. All these options will run. I just given you all these options, see how to run. You can even click on the first project button and run. Yeah, StringArcs is optional. Already, till yesterday you're writing all the programs without StringArcs only, na? Okay, guys, next, adding a new item. Adding a new item in the project. How to add a new item? Right click here and select the option. See, I given you there, see? Right, select add, choose new item. This window will open. In that, select what? Class. Select the class template. When you select the class template, it will add you a new class with the name called class1.cs. Sharath, are you sleeping? I already said you na. It doesn't accept anything, only StringArcs. It doesn't accept anything at all. Only StringArcs is accepted. So you can just observe it here. I'm adding a class and then I'm writing this code in the second class in the project. And this is the process how to run the class. You open the, I prefer edit project file only here, not startup object. I prefer edit project file. Go to edit project file and there write this code. That's it. Are you guys clear? Okay, so try, guys, all of you try working with Visual Studio, and from tomorrow we will write